Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Secrets of Cinema. Uh, we are going to review Decalogue 4, uh, the commandment which is under dilemma is thou
Respect
respect
thou
of
father
father
and
and mother.
mother.
Uh, this is actually a complicated uh, commandment, or at least the way it has been interpreted in the movie.
I mean, they have taken it to the extreme level.
Yes, yes,
I mean, thou shalt respect your mother and father could be anything, okay? But they had to show some kind of huge moral
yeah.
disruption, so
So
they made this.
So this is a very simple story. I mean, there is nothing. There are not. There are just two characters. We are shown a family. There is a, and again, Kishlovsky holds good that someone is always lacking. There is a father and a daughter. The mother is not there, and
The daughter is an adult now,
yes,
and they seem to have a playful relationship between them,
yes,
like putting water to wake them up each other. They're just happy being themselves.
yes,
But the father goes on for work
yeah,
frequently, and it's shown that she's a very nice daughter. Okay, if you
mm,
see, she'll go and get him from airport and also
yeah.
drop him there.
So they have love for each other. Uh, so there is a letter that is shown to us. This letter has been a bone of contention for them in the past few years. So this letter has been written to her by her mom, who has passed away while delivering her.
And the words that are written on these letter makes it very
Complicated.
attractive for you
Okay.
to open it.
Yes.
It's written to be opened after my death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, she's young and boisterous, and she has always had this curiosity of knowing what is in that letter.
I mean, we all would if we found
Yes.
such a thing at home.
So this time, what happens is the father goes for an international trip, and the letter is there. She is mooting whether
You
she
should
should
open it
open the
or
letter
not.
or not.
Uh, and then she goes for a visit around the river,
Yes,
and then she's about to open the letter when she sees the god again.
yes,
Okay, the god just passes by because she is going to break a commandment. Okay,
yeah,
if it is written by a father or mother, she shouldn't have opened it
yes.
anyway. So
Yeah. So now the next scene what we are shown is she goes to receives her father.
no, she opens the letter, and then it is
There is a second
addressed to by the mother.
Anna to Anna.
Yeah, to Anna.
Yeah. So there is another envelope inside which shows that the mom's letter. The one outside was written by the father, and it was to be opened after my death. So now she has a second envelope in her hand, and then we go to the next scene.
Yeah. When the father comes back,
Yeah.
she meets him and she's very angry. So she says it that you are not my father. I just realized that my father is someone else. So we do not have a relationship.
Yes.
And I don't know why she's so angry because he always took care of her. And the father slaps her, you know.
Yes.
Then we don't know why, what. Maybe the
Made him
opening
to
of the
drop,
letter,
slap. Yeah.
yeah, made him so angry, but he loved her a lot, so it shouldn't be a problem. So we are
Yes.
all wondering why this happened. So they go back home, and in between, Anna goes to her boyfriend's place, and she asks
His
if
mom.
uh,
Yeah.
if the boyfriend wants to marry
Her.
her, and the boyfriend's parents are like, "Don't you want to ask your dad?" And she says no
He,
because
he's not my dad.
yeah, he's not my dad, and it doesn't matter to me.
Yes.
So she comes back home, and this is one of the few intense, the most intense scene
That's
in
it. I
the
mean,
whole
we are
thing.
we are almost like towards the end of the movie,
Yeah,
and this conversation forms the crux of it.
yeah. So they meet there, and the father takes her to the garage and shows few old pics. Okay,
Yeah.
he shows her the pic of
Her
her
mother
mother
with a
with few more
couple of other people,
male friends.
and he says that one of these two persons might be a father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're fine till here. Uh, After which they start drinking vodka,
Mm.
and this is where she gives up. Okay, and she says that if you are not my father, then there is a possibility of us falling in love or we having feelings for each other.
Yes.
Because whenever she is with her
Someone.
boyfriend, she always thinks that she is being unfaithful to someone. And now she thinks that it's because she's being unfaithful to her father.
Stepfather.
Yeah,
Father.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way he used to caress her when she was young, it's just I don't know. She has interpreted it all wrong, or maybe the father was actually meaning something else other than the affection
Yes.
of a father. We don't know that yet. So they play a game in which you need to tell the truth. Okay, it's very confusing how they put it in subtitles.
Yes. Uh, Now what she said, they had a drink, and she now speaks the truth that whenever she is with another person, that she never she felt distant, and she always felt that there was someone else. So now, as she said, she realized the fact that it is none other than than her father, or so-called father. To which she starts questioning many things come up. Actually, I mean, like why did uh, now she says, what are you afraid of? She To which she says, I'm going to get married. I'm not afraid. So what are you afraid of? To which he says that they have a conversation regarding about the boyfriend she had in the past. I mean, like whenever she used to go out with someone,
He
what?
used to feel jealous, or I
Yes.
mean, this is how she interpreted it, but it could be just a concern of a father, okay,
Yes.
for her young daughter. But then there was there is just so much to say. I mean, she's asking him all these questions that did you put it purposely, the letter purposely, and we
Yes.
realized that yes. Then she also asks why was she hit, okay.
Yeah.
So we finally realized why he did so, because he himself didn't know what was the content of the letter. So
Mm.
he kept it all this while with him, and now somehow he also wanted to know what was there in the letter, and he chose her to do the dirty stuff.
Because he had a couple of reasons. Because he before this they had in the conversation, he asks her whether, do you feel, I mean, it is not as lucidly put as we are doing it now. Do you feel that, did you know that I am not your father? I mean, she asked him the question and he asked her the question, to which she said, without I mean, she said, I am a woman, I know. uh, she could she has hardly met her mom. I mean, not even met her mom, and she died 5 days after she was born. And she tries to interpret what her mom could have written,
Mhm.
and she asks the father whether he knew that whether he was the father or not. To which he said, I just suspected.
Yeah. So, and she says that women always know about such things.
Yes.
And then he asks
Have
her,
you been pregnant
how,
before?
yeah, have you been pregnant? And she says, yes, last year. And and he starts yelling at him for not being involved. Like, you've always been like that. You would never take responsibilities or something. You'd be just fine with whatever I do, me being
Yeah.
pregnant before marriage or without even a father. It would be just fine with you.
Here, the actual reason of why she aborted
Hmm.
is actually that is a conundrum. I mean, she says, I mean, she tells him that what if something irreversible had happened? I mean, he wanted something irreversible to happen, and she said that they don't explicitly tell you, but they tell you she aborted because of him. Because of she didn't want to move out. She didn't want to stay away from her father because we can always see her missing and being restless when he is not around. So, and then to which her interpretation of his thought process is that if something irreversible had happened, then she would go out and he will be left. To which he was said he was ready for it. I mean, she should move ahead with her life for his own reasons. I mean, what was that reason? I mean, what? Why? Yeah.
So we suspect that there is some attraction
Yes.
from father's side too. Okay, and she's obviously like she's all over him about her about his soft hands and the way he caresses.
Yeah.
It's very dysfunctional if you see. You know, it doesn't matter like even if he is the father or not. You're never supposed to take care of the child in certain ways.
Yes.
Okay, and we seem to just realize that such a thing has happened. Okay, we are no one to judge here.
And what happens next is things boil up, and she asks him, "Why didn't you marry another woman?" And then she says, "Okay, so you were waiting for me." And then she undresses and offers herself. I mean, come take me. And like, to which the father says, "No, I'm not going to do it."
So they just have a moment which,
Yes.
moment of sweet love, like platonic kind of,
Yes.
and then she goes to sleep.
Here we are told the reasons why he slapped her.
Hmm.
Because he was angry. That is one. Second is maybe he was angry about the mother.
Yeah, for
And
not
third is
letting him know about it.
yes, because he says that the mom always wrote things she never said to him.
Yeah.
And the third thing, what he said was, this was bound to happen. Okay, this was bound to happen, and he said that this will change things between us. So these three reasons were put. I mean, why that slap even occurred.
And he says, I wished for the impossible.
Yes, and yeah,
And the conversation just is cut in, and we are shown Anna waking up from her sleep, and so she just goes crazy
yeah,
about
comes out
looking.
barging. Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks that the father has gone again, so she goes around looking for him, and then finally she finds her on the same road as the short film of love, the apartment and
Yes,
the road that we
yes,
saw.
it's the same apartment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we see her looking. Even I think the second one had the same, the
Yes.
doctor one.
Yes.
So the apartments are also the same.
The
So
the doctor comes in this Dekalog also. He comes in the lift.
yes, 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 yes. When
Yeah.
they are about to open the the pictures and
In the
all.
basement.
Yeah, they're about to talk about such things which would lead to some breaking, uh,
Some
breaking of some
yeah.
commandment. So yeah, actually, and then last scene they meet. I mean, she runs down to find him, and he was just going to bring milk. So
Yes.
because she has this fear of him going away, she confesses that she was lying all this time. She
Yeah.
never opened the letter. She also suspected. So
Yes.
I mean, somewhere the girl wanted it to be so. She wanted him and her being in an intimate relationship.
Yes.
When she got to know that this couldn't happen, she didn't want to lose him as a
Him.
father.
Yeah.
So what they decide, and when they are actually talking about such things, we see the god
Passing by.
passing by.
Yeah.
So they come home and
They
uh,
burn the letter.
they burn the letter, and not completely. Some part
Some
is left,
yeah.
to keep maybe to keep the handwriting of the mother's as a memory.
Memory. Yeah.
And they try to read it, and it's all they can read is Michael is not. That's it,
That's it.
and it's left to our interpretation, and mostly it could be that.
It could be the same.
Yeah. So
So
talking
this
of
is open ended.
yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, what exactly? I mean, they have not explored entirely into the whole thing. We don't know what's going to happen next. The tension still prevails.
Yeah,
So
is
what could be the right path or what could be wrong?
um see it's this is really difficult. I have no clue how she must be feeling
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, I've never been brought up in such an environment, first of all.
Okay.
So I cannot really know what she's going through.
No, it's not about. I mean, it's about. Okay, one is what would be. There could be only two ways. Either they still remain father and daughter, or they have started on a relationship. So here we are not here to question what is morally right or morally wrong. I mean, because ultimately these are just two people who are attracted to each other. So if you look at it from that sense, maybe it is correct. But then the
Commandment has
sanctity
been
of the
broken.
commandment is soiled. So we are. This is open ended.
Yeah, and I would blame the father for it because it was totally on him how to bring up this woman, okay?
No,
Maybe he showed some kind of attraction towards her
yes.
and some, immoral gesture to make her feel
No,
that
that would
way.
depend on what he did something and how she took it to be.
But she must be young, okay? There was a time, like,
Yes.
not everyone takes it like that, okay? Your father, our father.
Okay.
We don't take it that way. Okay, so I think one thing that's important is having a mother, okay,
Yes.
to give you because the kid needs both sides. They need the kind of uh,
Okay. All love cannot be provided by
the
one parent.
carnal needs, to hug a mom and stuff, which I don't think the father should be doing. Okay, and in
Yes.
such a case, when you already suspect that this is not your father, I don't know what made her think that way. I mean, she just made it up. She had no clue.
Till the end.
I don't know what that is about, but it's very complex. I mean,
Because it was on pure instinct she was working. I mean, the letter was never opened, but then she knew something of this could
so
could
you
have
could
been
only
true.
have such an
See, that's
instinct if
because that tension was already there,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
And she knew there is something wrong, but he'd
yeah,
never do this.
yes,
And he himself put a doubt there in front of her.
yes, agreed.
So they were just trying to know each other's feelings, okay, by manipulating
That's
each
it.
other. That's it. So it's kind of very uh,
Uh,
weird.
maybe for a picture that has come out perhaps in '85 in India, perhaps it would be too earth shaking to have released.
Yeah,
Maybe in Poland it would have been like okay, but in India it would have created chaos.
yeah.
So yeah,
Many places. I mean, this is something I don't think anybody does, like any
yeah,
country allows. But I guess that's fine.
yeah,
So I think, do you have anything more to
yeah. I
say?
guess so.
Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.